Hello everyone, I'm Michael with Twithair Academy of Swordsmanship. Welcome to my channel, and today we're talking about the Hanwei Practical Cup Hilt Rapier. Before we dive in, I want to make it clear that Cult of Athena provided the sword to me for the purposes of this review. And if you like what you see, there will be an affiliate link in the description down below. Now let's go over the factors that I'll be considering in this review. First is fit and finish. What materials are used and how well is it put together? Next is handling. Balance, weight, overall feel in the hand. Durability. How well does the sword hold up to regular HEMA training? And safety. Does this sword have a proper blunted edge? Does it flex enough? Is the tip safe for sparring? Last is value. Is the price point reasonable for the quality and the features offered? Let's start with fit and finish and take a closer look at the sword itself. Here it is, the Hanwei Practical Cup Hilt Rapier. Starting with the handle, you can see that it has a faux leather wrap as well as really nice decorative elements on the crossguard, on the ring, as well on the inside. Speaking of the inside, there is a protective covering with another faux leather piece, possibly a real leather piece that protects your finger from the inside of the blade. And on the inside of the cup, you can see this soft kind of rawhide-esque leather that protects the cup from rust. And on the outside, a really robust ring that goes all the way around and can really take a beating. The pommel also acts as a large nut rather than having one outside of the pommel. I'm sure you've already noticed, but you can see that this sword comes with a really nice scabbard with a strong friction fit. I believe it's made out of bamboo with a plastic covering or a plastic sheath over it, and there are steel caps on the top and bottom. The scabbard is a really nice touch that I wish more makers would think about even offering, let alone having it come with the sword. Moving on to the blade, it is 37 inches long and 2 pounds 2 ounces. The fort is really strong with a nice forward section that ends and transitions into a really nice diamond cross section all the way down to a button tip. The blade is replaceable from blades at Cult of Athena, link in the description down below. Overall, I'm really impressed with the fit and finish of this rapier. While I wish that the sleeve under the cup was a little bit more robust, it feels loose against the blade, and I do wish the rings on the inside were a little bit wider so I get 2 fingers with a glove on the inside. I really can't fault the sword too much. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Next is handling performance. The Hanwei Practical Cup Hilt Rapier handles really well. It has great tip speed as well as control. The under cup wrap makes it very comfortable, even if you're using a thin glove, much more so than a lot of swords I've used in the past. The blade is strong enough and has enough oomph in the cut that I would feel comfortable using this to compete in a rapier tournament that has a lot of cutting, as well as using it in a side sword competition. Overall, it is a rapier. It feels like one, it performs like one. It doesn't stand out as exceptional. I give it an 8 out of 10. Remember that part about side swords? Well, for the durability testing, I went against side swords, long swords, arming swords. I put it against everything. And well, it took a beating and it held up really well. I'm very impressed with its durability. You can see that in the fort, there are a couple dings, and those are coming from the long sword. There aren't any other major blemishes along the blade, and you can see I'm very comfortable running my bare finger across the edge. I will say though, the crossguard is a little deformed. I don't think it is tempered, and it is a shame to see that this beautiful crossguard is deformed or bent in any way, and I would hate for it to break. Granted, if you're only going against rapiers, I can't see how they would be damaged with regular use. The durability could be improved with a tempered crossguard, but with my use case so far, I'm very impressed with the blade. Durability, I give it a 7 out of 10. On to safety. The blade is a bit stiff. You can see all the bend happens in the final third of the blade, and there really isn't much give in the center. Now I know ordinarily with a rapier, that's a good thing, but I could see how, depending on your club, they wouldn't be too happy with how stiff this blade is. Though the blade does have a really fat button tip, and you could almost get away without putting a rubber tip on it. In fact, I did that in my own school. I had a couple rounds without putting the rubber cap on it to see if my students would complain about the force of the thrust, though they didn't really say much. Granted, I do hit pretty light, so your use case may vary. Long story short, I don't have any major issues when it comes to safety. On a scale of 1 to 10, would I trust a newbie to hit me with it? Well, I'd probably give it an 8. A little bit more flex on the blade, I would definitely put it safely in the 10 out of 10 category, but it is what it is. Lastly is value. This sword is $260. Actually, this sword and scabbard are $260. The sword comes with a beautiful crossguard, as a replaceable blade, and like I said, the scabbard comes with it. This is a deal. Flat out, 10 out of 10 for value. You might prefer a different feel, a different look, but if you're looking for a jack of all trades that's not going to break the bank, honestly, the Hanwei Practical Cup Hilt Rapier can't be beat. If you do want to pick up one for yourself, there will be an affiliate link down below. With an aggregate score of 8.5, this rapier is a great starter that'll last you a while. I certainly recommend it for anyone who's looking for a new rapier, whether you're a newbie or you're a hobbyist or you're an experienced rapier fighter that's just looking to add another one to your collection. Thanks for joining me for this review. If you're considering picking up a new HEMA sword, or if you have any questions about the Hanwei Practical Cup Hilt Rapier, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more HEMA review content. Thanks.